with Jeff Lorman, Kazzer.
We got ourselves a pickup, buddy. Long weekend, party time.
These two guys.
Nobody knows better. It's sucking than my partner.
Oh, nice.
Man who wrote the book on the 4.6 mod motor, Sean Hyland.
Come to Sports Car Revolution. You know, the benefits of all-wheel drive have been long and storied. Not only do you get better traction, of course, in all sorts of weather it works better, and gravel it works better. You get better control, even on dry pavement. The fact that you've got 4 tires searching for grip makes for a better automotive solution that when most people try, they have a hard time going back to two-wheel drive, whether it's on the front or the rear axle. But would you believe that all-wheel drive actually poses an advantage for braking as well?
Because of the all-wheel drive system, really makes a mechanical connection between all the corners of the car, the brake resources are really somewhat shared. It may, in fact, be the ideal arrangement because balance of the brake system isn't as critical. Because of the mechanical connection, some of the work of the rear brakes can be shared by the front and vice versa.
When we come back, we'll continue work with APR and Stasis Engineering on our Project Audi.
This portion of Sports Car Revolution is brought to you by APR and Stasis Engineering, racing to make your Audi better.
The first time I talked about Steve Ruiz about putting big brakes on a car, he talked about modulation, he talked about performance and balance, he talked about many other things, but one thing he never said was awesome stopping power.
You know, we can achieve the same torque result, same brake torque in a wheel application through changes in piston size or effective radius or friction. We could, for example, put on just a high friction brake system, but then we wouldn't have the other parts of the system to go with it. If we're going to do more work and we're going to do it in a shorter length of time, we need heat capacity. So we have to be able to absorb the heat during the stop better. We have to be able to release it faster so we're able to do more work at the next corner.
This immediately endeared me to Steve Ruiz and the whole StopTech Brake Corporation. Now, we're not going to use StopTech pieces on this car, but it's time to get the car to slow down more predictably. We're not actually looking for a shorter stopping distance. That's the kind of fool's play that the advertisers and magazines tell you about. What we're looking for is control.
Braking is really, either the most or the second most important thing you're going to do. You're going to get up to speed, and then hopefully you're going to get back down from speed. And how, where, and how many times you do that is the goal of the brake system. Actually, braking componentry is expensive only if it's the wrong componentry. Braking componentry, when done right, can last the lifetime of the vehicle. It'll certainly last. The right brakes and the right application will last much longer than something that wasn't designed for that vehicle. We put 340 horsepower in this vehicle. We're going to go through an awful lot of 10.5-inch rotors, probably 2 or 3 every day we come out here. Every caliper that we put on the vehicle, and we use the best Alcon monoblock calipers that are available for a street car. Those calipers are designed with bore sizes, piston sizes that exactly match what the ABS pump is expecting to see. In that instance, it's going to run at the same cycle rates. It's going to have the same effect that it would in a stock application. When we get down to braking a vehicle, there's really 3 different things we look to do. A, we look to stop once. Want to stop before that stoplight comes up. That's all a function of tire. Put the best tire we can on the vehicle, that's going to slow it down. B, we decide we're going to do this 10 times in a row. We're on our favorite mountain road and we're diving in and out of turns. Now we've got a rotor issue. It's what gets rid of the heat every time we want to do it again. We've got to upgrade the rotor. And the third level is we want to be able to control the fine element of how much braking into a turn, how much braking out of a turn as we roll into the throttle. Now we need a really good caliper. Each time we upgrade our level of expectation, we have to upgrade the componentry. It still has to balance, still has to match the factory system, still has to use the ABS properly, but each level will enhance that experience. And that's the 3 levels we go through when we come out here. Pedal feel to a race car driver and to a real sports car driver out on a country road is all about the confidence in your ability to go in and out of that turn. And the ability of that caliper to tell you what's happening at the rotor, and it can do it. It can tell you exactly how much that brake is heating up, how much it's gripping, and how much the tires are gripping. That ability is in the technology of that caliper.
So now our Project Audi has crazy power and a great suspension. but the brakes were right on the floor. There was incredible fade. You had to start braking nearly halfway down the straight in order to get slowed down for the corner. We ended up putting 14-inch rotors on the front and 13 on the back, 4 piston calipers on the front, and the stock caliper on the back with some really aggressive brake pads. And to say that the brakes are aggressive and slow the car down is a huge understatement.
Now the difference in this car is just unbelievable. The car stops right when you want it, and it's just superb braking. Anytime you go into one of these turns, you just stab the brake, and it is so responsive, and there's no slack at all on the pedal. And it makes, for any kind of road racer like myself, you want to have confidence. That's one of the most important things about a sports car, is having confidence in your car and knowing it's going to either have power when you want it, and it's going to stop when you need it to.
So we'll get down to the end of this straightaway here, build up as much momentum as possible. The other guys have warmed them up for me, so let's see how deep we can go. Jeez. The sunroof actually closes now as you're under braking. Now that is worthwhile.
When we come